Hello there and welcome to an Elite FPL video, a very rare occasion that I do a video publicly. Usually I just do members only, but today I have to. I've been forced into it because the streaming side of things was going to absolute shit. So I knew this would happen. So I'm just going to basically restart everything from scratch. So I was talking about FPL Juice and the fact that I'm really genuinely grateful for the fact that they have put together something in which today they stream for 8 hours. I could barely stream for 8 seconds a minute ago, so the fact that they stream for 8 hours is absolutely extraordinary, and the entertainment value I get from them guys is 10 out of 10. It's a show in which it's very how shall we say, DIY like Elite FPL. They don't give two fucks about what others think. I do think, like with Elite FPL, they do struggle to understand why they're not getting the views in which they feel they should be getting, and I do think that they should be getting a hell of a lot more views than what they do get, and I don't think they get the admiration that they should be getting. FPL Juice is a channel in which I only really came across this summer, truth be told. I knew of them, I was fully aware of their stuff, but for people that care, I went on a hiatus for a year and a half of choosing not to consume FPL content. And you know, they've been only going for 4 years, I believe it is. And yeah, for me, like I said, that they were completely under the radar for me. And this summer they were producing content. Nick was predominantly the individual that was doing most of it, and it was just something to watch, really. It was just very enjoyable. In fact, the first episode I believe I watched was one with Yelena as his girlfriend, and I just found it fascinating at the fact that they've got this incredible studio setup. They've got I don't know how to put it. They've got this presence of fun and trying to achieve something. And when they've got a producer like James, who is really trying to push the channel and the content that these guys are producing, it fascinates me that for a channel that collaborates with some of the biggest, if not the biggest, individuals in the FPL world out there, why they're not getting the plaudits. They are essentially Elite FPL but in a studio. And I'm not going to lie, I voice messaged Jason today and I said I just cannot believe what these guys are doing today. They've been streaming since 9:30, so I messaged Jason at about, 3:30, whatever. And I said, you've got to tune in. I'm genuinely envious of what the guys do. Today they had Ash, FPL Plonker, who was there between 9:30 and 12, I think it was. You had Fella and Tom. Don't know why I'm forgetting their names. I completely had a blank there. And they're just 4 lads in their 30s having a really good time just chatting absolute nonsense about whatever. And if they feel the need to throw in a bit of FPL, they will do. I legitimately have not laughed as hard as I did today when they were just literally talking about Disney characters that they found attractive. or cartoon characters that they wouldn't mind having a bit of fun with, all tongue-in-cheek. When you've got individuals saying things like, yeah, Lola the fish, her thick lips, yeah, blood, from Finding Nemo or whatever. When you've got individuals talking about, who would it be? Would it be Marge or Lewis or Family Guy? What do you reckon, blood? It is ridiculous. Yet, the funniest shit I've heard for a very, very long time. And I'm rewatching The Office for my Total Stevo podcast. I think that it's almost boring for me. Like I said, it offends me that they don't get the views that they do. It's a channel which is all about fun. It's about enjoyment. It's about engagement. It's about getting to know people. It's a show in which it has got a lot of direction. It's certainly got the structure. And as I said to Jason, it is something which I really do envy. They've got their producer, James, who really is trying to push the product. I genuinely don't know how they afford it. Even on today's stream, they spent more money on food than I do in a year. What's wrong with Five Guys? They make sure that we, the viewer, is having a lot of fun with them. And to stream for 8 hours, it is just a phenomenal achievement. And it legitimately angers me when I very, very rarely put anything in the chat. It's literally like one comment referring to something that Ash is doing, or Tom's doing, or Plonker, or Fella, or whoever, Nick. But he's never there on Saturdays. This is what I'm putting up with. This guy, he's at a kid's party. Yeah, blood. In all seriousness, like, you've got these 5 individuals, admittedly not there every week, but usually every show they've got 4 or 5 individuals who are there to talk about fantasy football. But like I said, it's about getting to know each other. It's quite literally just 4 or 5 blokes or girls in a pub, and you get to watch it. It's brilliant. And to see, this is what I was going to say, when in the chat and seeing certain individuals that are part of the Elite FPL community, and to spout off absolute crap about, I don't know why I play FPL. This day has been ruined. Why? Because you're captain's son. Don't fucking worry about it. Who gives a shit? You made the decision. You chose the captain's son. Okay, they're playing Luton. It's the early kickoff. I thought it'd be 3-0, 3-1. Did I expect Son to do something? Fuck yeah, I did. He was my captain in Sky. But if I captain an FPL, it'd just be rolling my eyes like you just can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can, if you want to, if you are a content creator and you're annoyed by the fact that your captain has failed, do a video about it, do a podcast about it. Don't write in a chat on FPL Juice and say, I'm having a miserable day because Son blanked. I wish I never played FPL. The fuck are you talking about? And I know for fact that these individuals will be part of the large content creators, making sure that they're tuning into every single fucking large podcast possible. And yet, because they feel the need that these individuals are gods and know what they're talking about, so whatever they say, I will do. Only think for them fucking selves. Okay, was Son the best captaincy option this week? Well, it's subjective, isn't it? I didn't captain him. I captained Salah. I talked about it in a members video. To basically go over it again, Liverpool score lots of goals. That's it. I expect the game to be high scoring. That's literally my logic. If it fails, it fails. I had two options who to captain. It was either going to be it was either going to be Son or it was going to be Salah. I went with Salah. That's it. Now, I get the opportunity tomorrow to be able to watch the game live on Elite FPL if the streaming doesn't go down. And I'd like to think that my captain will pay off. But like I say, to come out with this garbage of I don't want to play FPL anymore because my captain failed, then don't play it then. Seriously, my advice is just delete the fucking team. Or, if you don't want to delete the team because you love your history so much, don't play the game. Put it to one side. Because what I find really weird about the FPL community is that they're so fucking obsessed with being told what to do. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Elite FPL should be put on a pedestal of you should be watching things like Elite FPL, FPL Juice, and so on and so forth, these independent channels. But what I will say is that with the independent channels, you will get more than just, yeah, well, the data says this, the data says that. Great, whoop-de-fucking-do. And then when that particular player blanks, they come out with some bullshit about the fact that, yeah, but... Well, throughout the whole stream you were saying this, puts it in a positive light of captaining this individual. And at the end of it, it's, but... It's a load of bollocks. At least with the likes of Elite FPL, FPL Juice, you can throw Planet FPL, you can throw Planet FPL in there as well. It's just guys that talk passionately about a subject matter that they're interested in. I don't proclaim to be any form of expert whatsoever when it comes to football. In fact, I'm thick as shit when it comes to talking about football. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I actually have any knowledge about it whatsoever. But when it comes to talking about things like Burnley, for argument's sake, or just watching the games unfold, I have an opinion on it. I said to Jason the other day on a WhatsApp, I said to him, look, mate, that stream that you did the other day was phenomenal for one reason. He spoke very, very, very passionately about Man United. Nearly came true as well, what he said. If we play Fernandes on the right, Mount through the middle, we're going to lose. Nearly happened. Nearly happened. What, it took 2 Scott McTominay goals in the dying minutes of the game to beat Brentford. I was gutted that Scott McTominay scored the second because I had that as 1-1. But the point being is that Jason is an individual who's very, very intelligent when it comes to talking about, and very knowledgeable when it comes to talking about Man United, goalkeeping, playing the game itself, and refereeing / VAR decisions. Very, 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 very intelligent guy. And it's fascinating to listen to. You won't get these discussions with the big FPL content creators because they don't care. They don't give a shit. All they care about is idiots like you watching this that are so desperate for FPL content, gonna find out if I need to buy Sterling or not. It's fucking cretinous. People watch this stuff. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with watching it. But my point being is that these individuals that come to the likes of Elite FPL or the likes of FPL Juice in their streams and start waffling on about the fact that I can't believe I'm playing FPL, or the worst one that I see is, when are you going to start talking about FPL? Why? Because you're so fucking desperate to hear whether you should play Saka or sell him. Are you that thick and stupid you can't even make that fucking decision yourself? Nah, you've got to get the fucking idiot behind the camera to go, I think you should stay with Saka. I think it's worth the risk staying with Saka. Then you go, thanks for that, cheers. And then you just carry on listening to the same old fucking questions over and over and over for 2 hours. And yet there are channels like FPL Juice that are streaming for that amount of time and just getting nothing. Like I said, I'm offended for them. I'm genuinely fucking offended for them. And again, any piece of content you consume, whether it's podcasts, YouTube, television, film, whatever, if it's not your cup of tea, don't watch it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you want to watch large content creators, if we are going to talk about FPL, you want to talk about large content creators, go watch them. If you're that desperate to get your transfers and opinions validated and reinforced, fine. But don't come to channels like this and start crying your fucking eyes out because we're not talking about FPL every fucking second. People have lives. People have lives outside of FPL. I guarantee now someone's watching this right now on the premiere getting pissed off that I'm talking like this. I've got some advice for you. Just turn off and fuck off. This is real. I don't know what the circumstances are regarding FPL Juice and their jobs, in like their actual jobs, but I'm sure it's very similar to me. They're just working class lads that do something as a hobby and talk passionately about it. They're just 2 individuals, 3 individuals, whatever the circumstances are, whoever's on there, just enjoying each other's company. And that's the key as well to the FPL Juice show. They're in each other's company. It's not done like with me and Jason where it's over the internet, over some video chat line, some video program where things can be misconstrued because the thing cuts out or whatever. I've got to be really close to the microphone so Jason can hear me or whatever. No. They're in one-to-one person. They've got that real-life connection and they have, like I said, they have a fantastic time with one another to the point of where it comes across on screen like they're really enjoying themselves. Like I said, it's not like with a lot of content where it's this forced kind of, oh God, am I really doing this again? Answering these fucking questions about whether I should buy Rashford or not. Should I sell Haaland? Should I captain Son? Should I captain Salah? It's the most boring content you will ever, well, I personally think, that I've ever watched. So I don't watch any of it anymore. In fact, I actually, will openly admit this, I actually had a bit few concerns about their, Streamception as it's called, where they have been kindly allowed to listen in or watch into some of the large content creators and kind of hear what the talking points are. But it seems to me like it's getting to the point of where they're more interested in talking with each other. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. Talking to each other about fantasy football. Like when me and Jason talk about fantasy football, or when people in the Discord talk about fantasy football, there are very interesting conversations that go on. But like I said, for people to literally come out and start crying that a fucking captain blanked and they don't want to play FPL anymore, I reiterate, just don't bother. And I know this, like I said, I'll make this point now. There are people watching this going, unsubscribe. See you later then. Seriously, goodbye. Because I know you don't like this stuff. But this is real. This is an individual that has been doing this with Jason for a long time, and it's gotten to the point now where I made this point to Jason that our channel seems to turned almost beyond parody now, where we talk more openly and honest than ever before. Before I used to, can't say that, no, can't say that either, no, not allowed to say that. Couldn't care less anymore. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? Nothing. Like I said, these absolute muppets that used to troll the shit out of me on comments and on the live stream. Delete, ban from channel, ban from channel. The irony is, of course, they're the fucking losers that choose to watch this shit. The hardcore members that are part of this journey, they enjoy this stuff. I mean, if they don't want to watch it, they don't want to watch it. I can name them. I can name the people that don't like this stuff, but I'm not going to embarrass them. But the ones that don't know about this stuff, and they tune in and they see someone behind the camera talking real and honestly about things, they feel the need that, oh, I'm going to have to now start sending in horrible comments. But of course, once the individual behind the camera just goes, you know, just ban, see you later. The irony is they don't like it. I've already had somebody message me saying, I think you banned me from your channel when I was in the chat. I didn't mean to say what I was. Just blocked them. Imagine that. I'm trolling Steve-O on a stream. I'm trolling Steve-O in comments. And I direct message them on Twitter to say, please unban me. Please. I'm really, really sorry. I like your stuff. So why don't you be a cunt then? I don't care. Piss off. You mean nothing to me. You're a fucking cretin. And like I say, when listening into Juice today and just appreciating the work they were doing, even though it was, you know, once Plonker had left and everything, it was just three lads just having a laugh with one another, enjoying each other's company, eating shitty Five Guys, eating sweets. Occasionally fella would go, we've got a goal here. We got a goal. What do you mean you got a goal? I don't know why I'm going into Booker T then. Ash needs to do an impression of Booker T. Rather than saying, oh my days. All I kept doing in my head was, please just say, oh my goodness. The point being, though, is that they didn't have to do any of that. For someone like me that was working all day, the entertainment value that kept me sane throughout meant more than anything. I cannot thank FPL Juice, or more specifically Ash, James, Fella, Tom and Plonker for doing what they did. Because like I said, it's just real guys trying to keep people happy and enjoying what they're doing. And I think the issue I find a lot, like I said, with the FPL community, and I mean, they say like there are other communities, like for argument's sake, the FIFA community that are really, really bad. And they say, oh yeah, the FPL community is wonderful. I don't think it is. To be completely frank with you, I think half the FPL community are a bunch of cunts. They all think they're up their arses because they write 50-page threads about X, Y, and Z. It's like, yeah, well done. You've put all this work in. For what? Like I said, there's people watching this now that appreciate that stuff. Brilliant. Well done to you. Genuinely well done. If you genuinely enjoy that stuff, great. But the attitude on a lot of the people in the FPL community, like I said, it's like their shit doesn't stink. It blows my fucking mind. It genuinely blows my mind. Yeah, all I'll just end with is that if you're not a fan of FPL Juice, or you don't know much about FPL Juice, it is a very interactive show, and it's something that you need to watch. It's not really you can listen in, Of course you can, but I would only recommend listening into it live. That's just my point. I mean, listening in, if you're an audio consumer, but if you like watching things visually, it is very, very entertaining to watch. On a completely separate note, this is when everybody's going to start wanking now and like, oh my god, it's talking about FPL. Oh, thank you, Steve-O. We can see your team now. Yeah. So, today's been quite extraordinary, really. I'm more happy from a Sky fantasy football point of view, if I'm completely honest. Sky FF is going a way in which I never imagined in a billion years it would go. As it stands right this second as I speak at 2032, I'm second in the Burnley Mini League, and I can already hear someone go, pfft. Well, fine. But out of 1,200 people, to be second in the Mini League is pretty good, and I'm I think it was 700 and... where am I here? So, leaderboard. I am, once it decides to load up, which of course it's not, because why would it? Something like 770th. All the sevens. And, yeah, I'm really enjoying the process with Sky. I for anybody that gives a shit, which they don't, I do like really quick short videos on my progress in Sky, on my other little channel that I do, and it blows my mind that the way I'm just playing the game is just going, I like X team, I think for the next few fixtures they're going to do really, really well. It's going to bring in their players. And that's what I did today, for argument's sake. I brought in Porro and Romero of Tottenham. I already had Son, the captain's son. And also I had Johnston in goal. Colwill, Foster, Burnley's Foster, that is, who miraculously got an assist today, would you believe? But certainly, I'm really enjoying the Sky FF is really rewarding for patience and planning. FPL isn't like that. FPL is very reactatory to everything. And it just seems to me, certainly with the more influx of players that there are, the more people just jump on who performed well today, let's bring them in. Who performed really well last week, let's just bring them in because I missed them out for this week. So far, the top 5 transfers so far this week are Matty Cash, who hasn't even played yet, Dan Burn, who hasn't played yet, Maddison, Trippier, who hasn't played yet, and then we've got Anderson there. And certainly with FPL this season, from my point of view, it really should be about patience. I haven't done any maths. I haven't looked into anything regarding if I'd have stuck with X, Y, and Z player for maybe a week or two longer, I'd be X place in the leaderboards, in the mini leagues, etc. I haven't looked at any of that, and I never will, because I have no interest in doing that. But certainly from today's point of view, with the likes of Sterling as a simple example, who, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to get rid of. I'm not going to pretend that I didn't want to get rid of him. But there were more important things to deal with in my team. And I feel this is almost like a learning curve at the moment regarding keeping faith with certain players and making sure that you're keeping them for decent fixtures, like I've said a billion times regarding Burnley. You play up against the big boys, the likes of Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool. I mean, Man United, we only lost because of a world-class goal by Fernandes, but we're going to get battered. I fear what in the fuck will happen when we play Liverpool. When we play Liverpool, we are going to get our pants pulled down and smacked so hard that we'll never ever get rid of the red mark on our backsides. Because Liverpool will absolutely annihilate us. Now, that fixture will not be happening for a very long time. I can't load it up because the internet's completely crashed on me. I can't even load up websites. I'm surprised this video is even recording, to be honest with you. But I think for a lot of us that play this game, we need to keep patience with a lot of our players. We need to think logically. Like I said, it's the same with Sky Fantasy. In Sky Fantasy, because you're forced into only having 50 transfers. I mean, you can, if you want to, every single match week, throw transfers left, right and centre. But really, it's, no, I can't be doing that. I need to stay with the fixtures for argument's sake, or the team that's doing well, I need to jump on them. Hence me with Tottenham. And, you know, with the players likes of Sterling, who, okay, of late Chelsea have beaten Fulham away 2-0, Burnley away 4-1. Well, they've got Arsenal at home next, which, to be honest, has got 2-1 either way written all over it. But Sterling's a really good player. And I'm wondering if now they've found a system, or Pochettino's found a system in which Sterling, Palmer and Brozier can work together. Now, I'm assuming that he's just going to fit in Nicholas Jackson. He's going to be the number one striker. I'm just going to assume that's going to be the case. I'm assuming that Brozier's just been in there because the fact that Nicholas Jackson wasn't available last week and then this week he was, so he's brought on as a substitute. But certainly there's something that may be different with Chelsea moving forward, and now we've got this blasted international 13 days. I think we can take stock of where we're at. I always say, for me, like Sean Dyche used to say with Burnley, it's by game week 10. I want to look at the table and see where we are, and that's how I feel with FPL. I just want to see by game week 10 where I am, and at that point what I need to do to be climbing the ranks. My team, as it stands right this second, is fine. Areola in goal. Great pick. Trippier, Udogie, Matty Cash. It's pretty much what most people want in defence. Son, Salah, Sterling, Maddison, Ward-Prowse. Alright, you take out Sterling and Ward-Prowse, you replace them with Bowen and either Neto or Gordon. And then up front, Alvarez and Haaland. Well, at the moment, the popular thing is to take Haaland out. So you replace him with who? Ollie Watkins or Nunes. That's pretty much it. So my team is, within reason, the team that most people are wanting. Within reason. It's like Jason said, it's the funniest thing I've heard for a long time when Max Roberts put his wildcard team in the Discord and he just went, right, let's have a look at your team. Right, Matt Turner in goal, got him. Udogie, Cash and Botman. Oh, so you got the same players as me and this is your wildcard. And he went through the midfield. Yep, everyone apart from whoever it was. And then up front, oh, you got rid of Haaland. Oh. And then Jason went on this wonderful talking point about people getting rid of Haaland and how, not for definite, but if Haaland over the next few weeks, starting tomorrow with Arsenal, decides to pull through and kick the shit out of Arsenal, and these people that have got rid of Haaland, their particular player's going to come in, they're just going to cry. Oh, I'm going to quit FPL, I hate it. Haaland's ruined the game. But he's not even a world-class striker, he's a freak. He's not quite up there with Messi and Ronaldo yet, but he's bordering on that level of pretty much a goal a game. But as I keep stating with Haaland at the moment, again, I don't know this for fact. Again, in fact, Jason went into more detail regarding the fact that the way Haaland likes to play is through the middle and making sure that he's right on the line so then he can burst forward when the likes of Kevin De Bruyne or Foden or Alvarez try and release him. He hates playing as Jason said, he hates playing teams like the likes of Nottingham Forest or whoever that put a low block. Arsenal won't be doing that. They may man mark him out of the game and Haaland still does nothing. But Jason was making some really interesting points about these individuals that are being influenced by other content creators that are talking about no Haaland and everything, and the fact that you are then getting this idea in your head, that's not a bad idea, because the comment's been deleted now. I don't know why this individual has deleted this comment, but there was a comment which irked me. They know who they are. And they were basically saying how this was discussed at the start of the season about going, no, Haaland. So why'd you get him then? Why have you had him since game week 1? That's what I don't understand. And then they come out with this line, yeah, but it's effective ownership. I'm really scared about effective ownership. But you've just had a go at Jason for making a really good valid point about Haaland, and then you're coming back with, yeah, but we've been talking about this since June. But you still went with Haaland though. You still went with him in game week 1. Yeah, but effective ownership. Oh, piss off. You've got the bollocks like certain individuals like FPL Rhino on Twitter who genuinely had gone without Haaland since game week 1, and the likes of someone on Trigger Lips' mini league, someone called FPL Nag. She hasn't had Haaland or any Man City since game week 1. They're doing exceptionally well. But the people in the Discord that have been saying, oh yeah, well we could do so much more without Haaland, still went with him though, didn't you? It's just the hypocrisy, the bullshit that comes out of these people's mouths. It's all hindsight. It's like Jason says, everything's brilliant when it's hindsight. As he stated on the stream the other day, you fucking meant, he didn't say that, but you fucking mad getting rid of Haaland. One of the best strikers in the world. Forget Europe, the world. Just get rid of him. Don't get me wrong. If Haaland gets a goal tomorrow, but so does Darwin and Watkins, okay. But I can guarantee these individuals every single game week, oh, I'm going to hide behind the sofa. I'm going to hide behind the sofa because I'm really worried about Haaland. So why'd you get rid of him then? Because I only want to captain Salah, but Salah blanked against Everton. Now I'm really scared about Haaland. Why'd you get rid of him then? I just find it embarrassing, to be honest with you. Because it's absolute fucking nonsense. Because like I said, if these individuals actually from game week 1 didn't have Haaland, fine. But they've waited until game week 8 or 9 or whatever to wildcard, and then they go, better get rid of him now because he blanked it, like Jason said, he's blanked in 1 game. Gotta get rid of him. It's fucking hilarious. But certainly tomorrow is going to be fascinating. As I stated, I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. No one will be watching it because they're already fucked off already. I've already pissed off enough people not to ever tune into Elite FPL again. Jason's probably in a corner just like, What the fuck has he done? But like I said, tomorrow's going to be fascinating. We've got Newcastle, the 2 o'clock games, which hopefully I'm going to be covering on 2 p.m. stream, if again the stream holds up, which I bloody well hope it does. I'm actually hoping Jason may stream with me, but I don't know if that's going to be happening. Like I said, we got the Newcastle versus West Ham game, which I think is going to be tight. FPL fella thinks Newcastle are going to score quite a few goals past them. I just don't quite see it myself. You've then got obviously Wolves versus Aston Villa. Wolves very, very good at home, but Aston Villa are very, very good in general. I just think that Aston Villa are just about going to get by in that game. Liverpool versus Brighton, I think that could be a very end-to-end and very entertaining match. And then of course we've got the Arsenal versus Man City game, which I do think will be quite tight. I think that Arsenal are going to be trying the hardest to control the game, but I just think with Man City's quality, as I always say, will come through. Anyway, I've annoyed a load of people. There'll be nobody watching this right now. Cheers all for watching, and if anybody's there at 2 o'clock tomorrow, I'll see you at 2. See you later.